Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, Kotzebue, Alaska, 30 years old.
I appreciate you coming out here. It was an exciting time for you. How did this journey begin for you? I mean, when did you first start training martial arts and decide this is the path you were going down?
Well, my brother, he was taking an amateur boxing match and, used me as a punching bag for a month. And after that, I was like, well, there's a card coming up in Anchorage. So I was like, I'm already kind of in shape and, I'll try it out. An amateur fight. Got down there and they offered me a pro fight. Me not knowing better, I was like, sure, whatever. What if I don't continue fighting? Just one fight. And, I took that fight, skipped amateurs altogether and went straight to pro. And, I've had a lot of success and it's been a good time ever since. I've loved it. So. That's
amazing. So do you have any traditional martial arts training before you other than that boxing camp, I guess?
I've wrestled all my life. Wrestled, played basketball, did all the sports. And, just wrestling all my life, I just figured I could bank on it if I had to. And, I was like, all right, I was a state champ. I wrestled in some college for a bit. Well, why not? The boxing will come.
That's funny. Did during that wrestling time, did fighting ever cross your mind as something you might want to do, or was it not until that boxing opportunity that?
Not until my brother started. I was just living my life, working, partying, and having a good old time. Enjoying life back home in Kotzebue, and I decided to fight, and it's changed my life so much, like 180.
That's awesome. Do you still live and train in Alaska?
Yeah, I was actually in Kotzebue training and working until about 3 weeks before this. And I went to Denver, to kind of see if I can get into a good gym there. And, I ended up at a boxing gym, which is fine. I got a lot of hard work down there. My brother came down. He helped train me, and, he wrestled some college, so I had a lot of good looks.
Nice.
With him.
What do you do for work?
I work for a local airline company we fly out to all our little villages out there. So about 11 of them, and we're like the main hub, and we get all their mail, freight, food, and passengers. We do all that, flying for all the 11 villages. It's pretty cool.
It's probably actually pretty important work, right? I mean, you got to be a lifeline to some of those places out there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. It's definitely really important, I think. And it gives me a little sense of pride working there, and even though it's really tough, because you're working, with all these people, them, you're related to them, and they get mad at you for something. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
I don't want to generalize, but it seems like life in Alaska has got to be kind of tough, right? I mean, does it kind of make the people there a little bit, you feel like have an edge about you?
Yeah. I feel like it builds a lot of mental toughness where I'm from, because there's like Anchorage and stuff where it gets kind of cold and you deal with a lot of snow. But where I'm from, when I left from there to Denver, it was negative 50 wind chill, and I was like, I'm going negative 50 to 50 degrees. This is great. I was like in Denver, it was like one day it was like 25 degrees out, and I was like, yeah, it kind of started snowing. I was like, go for a run. I just went out in a shirt and shorts, and it didn't bother me too much.
That's funny. So you take this fight, obviously you enjoy it. I mean, when do you start dreaming like, hey, I think I'm good enough, I can make it to the UFC?
It was probably my third fight. It was after a loss, decision loss to Al Matavao, and I was like this guy. I knew that at that point I was kind of came in last minute, short notice fight, and I was like I took it. Like what can I lose? At that point I still wasn't like career, I was kind of just doing it just because I had the days, it landed on the days off. And, I ended up taking a fight against him, and it came down to a decision. And I was like, I could do something with this if I put some effort, if I end up leaving Kotzebue and training in an actual gym. And I haven't been able to leave Kotzebue yet. I got a girlfriend, and I was like, which is, fine. I was training hard. But, now that I'm here, I feel like I'm going to get so much technique and learn so fast because a lot of stuff I did train for and how I trained was just drilling stuff I saw on YouTube. And this is going to be great.
That's amazing. So work, I guess, did they give you the time off or did you have to walk away from the job? Or?
They're giving me time off. Yeah, but, I told them I'd understand if they didn't. But, I have the full support of my community. It's a very small community. They're really proud of me and, I'm here to represent them and the whole region.
it was maybe a weird question, but when you saw there was another Aaron Phillips in the UFC, did that bum you out at all?
I think he's like 135, right? I get tagged in his stuff all the time on social media, and I'm like, yeah, follow me.
That's awesome. So tell me, I mean, how are you looking at this experience? I mean, as you said, like you haven't had a chance to train with, these type of coaches and these type of training partners and that something. So I mean, like, are you looking at this as your opportunity to get in the UFC, or is this like this is an opportunity for me to learn and maybe if I don't win, I at least know what the next step is?
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing it as both. I think I will learn really fast, and I'm a really focused person. I think I'm going to learn really quick, and I'm going to adapt really fast. And I always see him, when I watch my fights afterward, I'm always like, man, I really kind of just outperformed myself there. And I think that's what's going to happen here, and I'm hoping for anyway, to learn as much as I can, take back what I can, and then once I get back, I can, move out to another gym and start expanding from there as well.
Yeah, last thing for me, I was going to ask, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're going to want to see how this thing all goes, but, I mean, are you feeling like it's time to move out of Alaska? Is there like a camp you want to go to or a place you want to end up?
Yeah, the plan is probably just head, we're leaving Alaska after this, leave permanently, move somewhere where I can have access to the gyms and wrestling partners and, all these different things, learn how to learn jiu-jitsu, not just wrestle and, focus on a few things. But, it's a lot of, I'm ready to leave, but I'm ready to represent my community and stay a part of the community after I leave as well.
Cool. Thanks.